And by Christmas, I was singing Jingle Bells in English, and my mom thought it was a bad word, Jingle Bells. So my very first GPISD experience was when I went to school for the first time in my life, which is a first grader. And I was in the first bilingual class that the school district had. So there wasn't enough kids from Galena Park Elementary or Jacinto City or MacArthur, so we would ride a bus from Galena Park Elementary to Jacinto City Elementary, pick up about another 8 kids there, and they would bus us to Jacinto City Elementary. And there was probably about 22 of us in the first bilingual class the district had in 73, 74. So that was my first experience of Galena Park ISD. One of my greatest memories about that was that August, I didn't speak no English. And by Christmas, I was singing Jingle Bells in English, and my mom thought it was a bad word, Jingle Bells. After first grade, obviously we stayed in Jacinto City for 2 years, first grade and second grade, and then third grade, I was already back at Galena Park because I was already fluent in English. To me, I thought it was amazing. Now I can, in 2 years I was already fluent in both, even though I never knew how to read or write Spanish because I never went to school in Mexico. I moved here when I was 4 years old, so I never went to school in Mexico, but that's what I spoke because that's what my parents spoke, just Spanish. So learning English, I thought, right away was amazing. And then I was a translator for my parents on everything, so I think it was life-changing experience for all of us, And then after that, my sister was already bilingual because I was teaching her English. So I think after that it was easier for everybody else. Everybody else was bilingual, but it was harder, I think, on me just the first couple of months. So I went to Jacinto City Elementary for 2 years. Then I went to 6th grade to Galena Park Elementary, and then I went to middle school, and then I went to high school at Galena Park High School. I graduated in 1986 from Galena Park High School. So I graduated in 86. I went to San Jac for 2 years. And then I started working because I had to work. So once I started working, I always stayed in the community. I lived in Galena Park up until like 95, and then I moved to the North Shore area in around 95, 96, I believe. And then so I was always in the area, never moved out of the area. I opened my business in the area, and I've always stayed in the area. So I've lived here really since 74. I've been in the Galena Park IS district boundaries. So I've never moved out of the area. I was on the Hispanic Forum back when Dr. Neely had a Hispanic Forum. It was Hispanic community leaders. So I was on the Hispanic Forum, so I would always get asked, hey, you need to become a board member. And I was just like, no, not right now, I'm too busy or stuff. And then one time Mr. Roundtree came to my office and he goes, hey, it's time. I think you need to become a board member. We don't have no Hispanic representation at that time. We had one was coming off, so I think he kind of inspired me and moved me along. And then I had a lot of other friends that kept telling me, hey, I think you're still in the community, you've been in the community, you're involved in the community. So I think it's, you need to stay, you need to get involved with GPISD now as a board member. And I ran and I got elected in 2010. So I've been on the board ever since 2010. My first memory as a board member, me winning an election in early part of May, and at the end of that month, I was able to give my oldest daughter her diploma from graduating from North Shore High School in 2010, and then 2 years later, 2012, I gave it to my second daughter, and just recently, 3 years ago, I gave it to my youngest daughter, and I've given it to my nephews, a lot of my friends, kids, and I've got a grandson now in the 8th grade, and I hope I could give it to him. Why? I think ever since first grade, my first grade teacher, Ms. Rose Moreno, that taught here for, I think, forever. She passed away not too long ago. She was so caring. She was so wanting to help us, wanting for us to learn a second language. We were in ESL when there was no ESL. I don't even think I don't know what they called it back then, because there was no ESL back then. And her just, the passion she had for teaching, and not just her, but, a lot of other teachers. And it's like, you want the best for your kids. And the why is, because I want the best for my kids, I want the best for my grandkids. And public education, we're getting attacked from everywhere, but I think we do the right things for the right reasons, and for all our kids, not just one kid. I think we do it for everybody's kids. And that's what I'm happy when I see my friends' kids graduate, when my friends' kids are doing good, or they've had a good start to their careers, wherever they're gonna go work or wherever they're gonna go study. I think we're offering, the best around. Our facilities are second to none, and we have good programs, whether it's choir, whether it's band, whether it's football, whether it's academics. We're exceeding everywhere, and I want to be able to provide everybody the best chance that they can get so they can succeed in life. And when I'm involved in this community, I've lived in this community since I was 4 years old, and I don't think I'm going nowhere for this community. So I want what's best for all our kids in this community.